There's a reason why I'm just now getting a review up for the Sigelei 20 watt, and that's because the company that I ordered this device from took frickin' forever. It was like a month and a half before I got this device, after I purchased it. What the fart? The company that I purchased this device from is a company by the name of sweetspotVapor.net. Here's the link below. So what happened was, when I purchased this device, about a week and a half went by. Still, no product to be found. So I called them, and luckily they have their number on their site. Well, I spoke with the owner, and he told me, and this was on a Wednesday, by the way, he told me that they were supposed to have another shipment of these to come in, and he would get this out to me that Friday. So about a month goes by, still no show of this product at my doorstep. I gave them another call, spoke to the same guy, the owner, and I was sitting there, I'm like, bro, where's my product, man? It's been a month and a half since I purchased. What's going on? Immediately, he's blaming it on the Chinese manufacturer, saying, well, we ordered, and, you know, the order got caught in customs, this, that, and the other. I'm sitting there going, okay, so basically, you're not keeping track of your inventory. And you're taking orders before you actually have the product in stock. I was like, that's a freaking big problem, dude. Don't take orders if you don't have the product in stock. So I definitely got to relay that to you guys, you consumers. SweetspotVapors.net, you better change shit up, because if you don't, other companies are going to take your business. Before I go into this review, I also want to state this. The product was $144.95. This Sigelei 20 watt, $144.95 on SweetspotVapor.net's site. I've already found 3 other sites that are carrying this product. One of them carrying this product right now. That's $120. Big difference. I wish I'd have gone with one of those sites. For example, Sigelei.com, they sell this product for $120. It's in stock right now too. If Sigelei or any of those other sites that are selling it for $120 would have been selling it at that time, I would have definitely gone with them, and I guarantee you I would have already had this review up for you well over 3 weeks ago. Other than that, this product has been pretty darn bitchin'. If you've been keeping up with me, then you've probably seen my 722 mod review. And that mod has got the SX220 chip in it. That is a more evolved chip than the one that's in here. This one's got the SX200 chip. And with this chip, you can vape between 7 and 20 watts. Now with the 722 that I just reviewed, you can vape between 7 and 22 watts. So right now I've got the Zenith version 1 on here. I've got a 1.4 ohm micro coil build, and I've got her set to 20 watts. And I'll tell you what, she hits, and she hits hard. And the beauty of these chips, it's DC to DC power. I mean straight power. It's not pulse width modulated. You hit that button, it fires right up, and it fires up hard as hell. Gotta love it. Yeah, so these chips running out of China, there's this company called Ye-Hi Cigar. I'll post a link in the description below. But they're making these chips. They're making the SX200 chips. They're making the SX220 chips. They've also got new stuff coming, okay? Which we'll go over in a sec. But back to this chip. The SX200 chip, I mean, it's right there with the DNA 20s as far as performance. And I've been testing them, okay? I've been putting the same build, the same atomizer on the DNA 20, swapping them back and forth. With the DNA 20, I can go all the way down to 0.7 ohms, okay? It's sub-ohms to 0.7 ohms. With this device, I can go down to 0.6 ohms. It says it goes down to 0.5, but no, Every 0.5 ohm build I put on here, it says low resistance. But 0.6 ohms works. Look at that. Now I've got a 0.5 ohm build on here. Now check this out. Low resistance. Low resistance. So it markets that it vapes all the way down to 0.5 ohms. Bullshit! But you know what? It goes down to 0.6 ohms. That's lower than the DNA 20. 1.4 ohm build, and she is hitting hard at 20 watts. Super impressed. I really am super impressed. It's the same thing as the 722 mod, but the 722, like I said, has got that SX220 chip in there, which is more evolved. No pun intended. You know, it's a newer chip. and there's different features on there. I mean, not crazy different features, but one is it vapes at 22 watts versus this one that vapes at 20 watts. And 2 watts to me is a massive difference. More and more of these chips are popping up everywhere, all over different sites. You got this chip, the SX200 chip. You got the SX220 chip. You got the SX350 chip that's about to come out. That's a 30-watt device. Can't wait to review that bad boy. But that's a good thing. This China manufacturer is producing high-quality chips from what I've experienced. Now, someone just commented in my last review on the 722 mod, and they were like, well, I thought Rip said that China-made devices are cheap China shit. That's not true. You're putting words in my mouth. I said that about some of the products from China. It's just that a lot of these products nowadays that are being cloned, replicated especially, they're cheap as hell. They're using the cheap materials, chrome-plated brass, especially the replicas, because they're cutting corners and they're selling it for a fifth of the price. And they're tricking some of you consumers out there, taking your money. What I'm saying is, just because those companies produce cheap China shit, fast tech, a lot of that crap, doesn't mean that this company, Sigelei, Ye High Cigar, the company that's making these chips, doesn't mean that they're producing cheap China shit. They're producing great quality stuff. This is good quality stuff, guys, and there's a lot more of it coming. That's a good thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So back to this device. This thing hits like a monster. It vapes all the way to 20 watts. You could vape all the way down to 0.6 ohms. My sweet spot is between 1.1 and 1.4 ohms on this device at 20 watts. Another good thing about this device, and this is another pro, is vape time. I vape this thing between 14 and 15 watts for like 18 hours before the battery died on me. Now that's going to be different for everybody. It all depends on how much you vape, what wattage you're vaping at, etc. For example, with this 1.4 ohm build at 20 watts, I could go for like 8 or 9 hours before this battery dies on me. With the same build at 22 watts, I could go like 6-7 hours before the battery died on me. That 2-watt difference is a big difference. That's what I'm trying to say. So the battery life, to me, is a big plus. A few of you guys were commenting saying, well, I'm getting tons of battery life on my MVPs. Well, your MVP only goes to 11 watts, brother. I mean, you're not vaping at, 18, 19, 20 watts. That's a big difference. You're pushing more power. You're pulling more amps. Your battery life is not going to last as long, but your vape quality will be better, depending on what you're looking for. And for me, I like the heat, okay? I like those dense vapes. So 20 watts for me, a regulated 20 watts, is kick-ass! Tons of pros. Love the feel of this device. It's not super heavy. I mean, to some people may be heavy, but it's not really that heavy to me. Probably about like a Provari in weight. It's nice, it's thick, it's stainless steel. It's got a stainless steel matte brushed finish with a few polished accents like the fire button and all that. I'll show you guys in the close-ups. It's got a nice clicky fire button. It's the same fire button that's on the 722 mod. It's got this OLED screen. You can see everything. You can see your voltage, your resistance, your battery life indicator, your watts. Again, I'll show you guys in the close-ups. You've got this top cap, and the top cap, it's removable. And you can use all of your ego threaded devices like your EVODs, your T3s, etc. The threads on this device are smooth. They're not buttery smooth, but they're definitely above average. Every device that I fit on the Sigelei 20 watt fits flush. Oh yeah, just like the 722 mod, it's got a spring-loaded pin. Anything that you screw on there, it adjusts. And that's how all the devices that I've screwed on here fit. I've been enjoying it just as much as the 722 mod. I actually prefer this device over the 722 when I'm out and about. Usually I carry like an Ego C Twist when I'm out and about, but if I want to carry more power, I've got it with this device, and I just pop it in my front pocket or my back pocket and roll. This may not be a con, but for me it is. This device is 23 millimeters, and when I screw on my 22 millimeter devices, like this 22 millimeter Zenith, it does not fit flush. I mean, like, it fits all the way down flush, but it doesn't fit flush in width. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So those are the pros and cons. Definitely more pros than cons. Do I think this device is worth it? Well, I'll tell you when we get back. I'm going to take you guys on a close-up, show you guys this thing broken apart, put back together, all that jazz. You ready? Let's go. Alright, so here is the Sigelei 20 watt disassembled. I'm going to show you guys how to put her together and take her back apart. Okay, so first things first, here is the head with all the circuitry, all that jazz, and you got this top cap, okay, and that screws on to this section. Threads are, I mean, really smooth. For a Chinese product, these threads are good, real good. At the top, you've got an Ego threaded option for all your Ego threaded devices. It's got a spring-loaded pin. You know, in my 722 mod review, I called it a floating pin. It's actually not. It's a spring-loaded pin. Okay, it's got a spring in there, and it allows you to adjust any connection. So if you have a connection that protrudes a little bit longer, it will adjust to sit flush, okay, on this device. Okay, and then you've got this top portion for your 510 connection, regular 510 connection threaded devices like your tank systems, your Pro tank systems, your K-Fun Lite, your Nautilus, etc. This is where the battery makes connection, and here's the tube, okay? So the tube fits just like this, and then you've got your bottom cap, and the bottom cap screws in just like this. So that is how to put together your Sigelei 20 watt. It comes just like this. I mean, it's all put together. To take her apart, you just do the same thing in reverse. Barrel. Top cap. This is an 18650 product, okay, so it only holds an 18650 battery. Battery, nipple side up first. This device is made of stainless steel, and there are chrome plated accents. Chrome plated accents right here, this little band. The fire button is chrome plated. These rings below the OLED screen are chrome plated. And then you've got this stainless steel matte finish. It's almost like the Russian 91, which, you know me, I love that finish. There's your 510 connection. As I just showed you, threads on this device are smooth, smooth, smooth. I mean, they're not the smoothest threads in the world, but they're smoother than most Chinese products. You've got your 3 vent holes at the base cap for battery leakage. To get into the menu, it's just like the 722, okay? 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the Sigelei logo, SX200 chip, and that is the chip that's in this device, the SX200 chip, and it's the same company that makes the SX220 chip that's in the 722 mod. Wherein all you have to do is click that button and you see the menu screen. You can see the wattage, the volts, the resistance, the battery life indicator. Once you're in the menu screen, you want to click this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes you into a menu setting. Okay, so it's a round robin. You've got your systems, which you can turn the device off. You tilt it to the right, and it's just going to stay on. You tilt it to the left and it's going to turn off. If you do one more click after that, it takes you to the wattage where you can adjust your wattage up or down. One more click after that and you can exit this menu screen back to the screen where it shows you the wattage, the battery life, resistance, voltage, etc. Okay? And a round robin. So system to watts to exit. Okay, system. This has the same type of, they call it the gravity sensor, but it's really an accelerometer to the right, and it stays on, as you can see that arrow blinking. Okay, and you tilt it to the left and it turns off. Bye bye. 5 clicks, turn it back on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click it, you can see the main screen. 5 clicks to get back into that menu setting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in the systems. We were just there. One more click, and now as you can see, the wattage. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the wattage. To take the wattage down, tilt it to the left. Okay, it goes all the way to 7 watts. Tilt it back up to stop. Tilt it to the right to take the wattage up. Starts off slow, gets a little faster, and then gets a little faster after that. And it ranges from 7 to 20 watts. So once we've adjusted our wattage to where we want it, click it, and it takes it to the exit screen, okay? Tilting it to the right or the left is going to take you out of this into the main screen. So we're going to go ahead and tilt it to the right, boom, back into the main screen. And that is how to navigate the Sigelei 20 watt. But the only difference between navigating this screen and the 722 mod is that you cannot lock this, this device. You can't lock it, you can't unlock it. We're going to go ahead and take it back to the original screen, and we're going to vape on her some more. Oh yeah. So that is the Sigelei 20 watt. Do I recommend this device? Yes and no. I definitely don't recommend buying this device at sweetspоtvapor.net. You can purchase this device from any other online store other than Sweet Spot right now for $120. E-Sigelei is probably the one I recommend the most just because I've purchased from them before and I can definitely vouch for them. But from them you can purchase this for $120. Now the reason why I said yes and no to whether you should buy this thing or not is because there are other devices coming. You got the 722 mod that goes up to 22 watts. You've got this SX350 chip that's about to come out that goes up to 30 watts. So would you want to go ahead and purchase this right now, or would you want to wait a month and a half before these 30 watt devices start to hit the market? I don't want you guys to have to spend $120 now and then something come out a week later or 2 weeks later or a month later and you'd be like, oh shit, I should have waited. My advice would be to wait because there's better things coming. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.